exercise 2.5. All right, this is a free-for-all. So there's a couple of things to do before you get started. First of all, make sure the fill is off so you can see where you're going without it covering it up. Also, click on the stroke to bring that forward and change the color. Working black ink on top of black, it's going to be difficult to see what you're doing. So I typically will choose a bright color, and that's what I'm going to be drawing with. All right, so with the pen tool, I'm going to get a running start. I'm going to do my corners first, and then I'm going to start making curves. So click, click, straight corners. If these aren't perfect, don't worry about it. You can come back and modify. All right, now this one, I've got a curve coming out of here, so I'm going to click and drag. Option key, fix the shape behind. Now I'm going to start making curves. The trick with curves is you want to use as few points as possible. It's less points to edit later on. You can typically jump across these curves. So I'm going to go all the way across, click and drag down, get that one to fit close, jump across, click and drag. Again, don't worry if they're not perfect. You can fix them later. Okay, so that's a big leap. I'm going to lay down a simple point here. Try to go halfway, halfway, jump across the curve. I'm going to treat this as a corner. And I'm not going to worry about this little bit down here. If you don't do it, I'm not going to worry about it. Click and drag. Click and drag. If you go the wrong way, just keep your mouse button down and push it around. Hold down the Option key. Set up your next point. Click. Okay, now I've got a curve coming out of this corner, so I'm going to need to click and drag. Hold down the Option key, break that, jump across the curve. Again. Again. Just work your way around. Again, don't worry if it's not just right. You're not going to get them just right. And then finish it by going back to your first point. Okay, so now with the direct select tool, you're going to come through and just try to adjust these. You can adjust the handles. If you make them shorter, it'll make the curve shorter. You can also push on the curve itself. Now, I'm not going to catch this with the way it is. You can add a point. Don't confuse these control handles for the path. Click on the path, and you're going to get a curve in there. Now with the direct select tool, see it says handle, that's the control handle. You want to get where it lights up and says anchor. Then you can move that out and adjust that. And now I've got my new point. All right, this one I'm just going to try pushing on the path, see if I can get that closer. And just by modifying these points, you can get pretty close. And for this exercise, close is good enough. Don't fuss too much if it's not perfect. If you get it perfect, God bless you. Just by going back and forth, modifying those handles, you can get pretty close to where you need to be. Okay, so good enough. Hopefully the pen tool is starting to be understandable and predictable. This is the hardest tool in all of Illustrator. Once you get this, it gets easier and the program will start to open up for you. So save it, AI_EX2-5 underscore first initial last name. Again, these should be either .ai or .pdf. That's going to be set by whatever format you choose. So if I go to save this, I'm going to do a save as. The format, the files are in .ai to start with. You can save them as an Adobe PDF as long as, see the name changes automatically. Just leave preserve Illustrator editing capabilities on. The rest of it, go with the default. Okay, so now to submit these, you've got 5 individual files. Create a folder, AI exercise 2 with your first initial last name, and put all 5 of these files in the folder. If you're on a Mac, then you're going to compress these files. So in the Finder, select that folder and then compress it. And it'll make it a .zip, a zip file, a compressed file. That folder, that compressed file, is what you submit. If you try to submit all the individual files, it's only going to let you do one, and I'm not going to see the rest of your work. If you have a problem with that, let me know. On the PC, it's the same thing. You're going to make a zip file.